Hello everybody and welcome along to pre-season testing here at Jerez in Spain, and the video where we will find out all the driver lineups for the 2017 F1 Fantasy League season. There's going to be a lot of changes, some staying the same, some others moving elsewhere. So let's jump in and find out what the grid holds for us in 2017. Starting off with the reigning world champions, Mercedes enter the 2017 campaign possibly on the fret for the first time since 2014 in terms of their pace. Their pace is still strong and iron-footed at the top of the grid, but Red Bull, as pointed out in the pre-season pointers, is the favourite to challenge them with their massive aero upgrades and enhancements over the off-season. Mercedes believe they can stick at the front with their advantage over engine power, but they remain with the same two drivers, a three-time world champion and a one-time world champion in Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Next up we have the Tag Heuer Red Bull Racing team, who have negotiated a new co-sponsor in the form of Caltex, which is from their V8 Supercars program. Christian Horner was able to negotiate the sponsor over from Australia to the world stage as well, in hopes of the deal progressing to some point a title sponsor potentially in 2018. Red Bull are the favourites to challenge Merc with massive aero upgrades, but feel that the Renault engine is still lacking in comparison to the Mercedes. They stick with their 2016 driver lineup of Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. Feeling a little bit soul-crushed next is Ferrari after their disappointing 2016 campaign with the objective of challenging Mercedes did not come to light. They are coming again, trying to attempt the same task in 2017, but missing out on key technical signing James Allison, who left the team in 2016 due to family problems. They have suffered in the race to catch Mercedes. They look like a comfortable third position on the R&D grid and stick with Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen for what is thought to be his final season. Next, coming up a bit more light-hearted than Ferrari will be, is McLaren Honda, who believe the Honda powertrain is finally capable to challenge the likes of Ferrari, and along with a strong chassis and the debut of Stoffel van Dorn in the team, they believe now is a perfect time to make their way up the grid. Stoffel van Dorn feels his timing to move to McLaren is perfect and honestly feels like they can challenge Ferrari in the upcoming races. They stick with new driver Stoffel van Dorn and Fernando Alonso. Next up on the grid is Williams Martini Racing, who after Felipe Massa's retirement have promoted their reserve driver and GP2 graduate Alex Lynn to the second seat under the leadership of Valtteri Bottas, who is there to set a grand example for him. Alex Lynn has been showing struggles in pre-season testing, but hopes to have the car under control before round one, and Williams Martini Racing believe that this car is their best overall package of the V6 era. We'll have to wait and see what they can do with their driver lineup, Valtteri Bottas and Alex Lynn. Next on the field is Renault Sport Formula 1 team, who will be using their driver Jolyon Palmer from 2016 and new graduate from Manor, Esteban Ocon. The French team wanted to get Ocon into the seat for 2017 as Kevin Magnussen turned down their offer for a one-year deal and has instead gone to race with Corvette Racing with his father for a sabbatical year. Renault have tried their best to get up as they are now in year 2 of their 3-year plan to get back to regular front runners on the grid, but pre-season testing is showing they are suffering from severe understeer and other handling woes. Jolyon Palmer says the car is almost impossible to drive, but he has faith that it will be more competitive before round 1. So the lineup for Renault then is Jolyon Palmer and Esteban Ocon. Force India struggled to pay off financial debtors at the end of 2016 and asked Bernie Ecclestone for an advancement in their payment. Bernie Ecclestone denied the request, saying that it would not be fair to other teams if he was to give them prize money on their provisional finish. This means that the 2017 car development was put on suspended as the funds were transferred to the debtors, and this means their 2017 fares has been affected. Force India are running with a testing livery, the only team we have seen in testing to do so, and they stick with their 2016 lineup of Nico Hülkenberg and Sergio Perez, who's been scouted by Ferrari. After the seemingly never-ending downward spiral of Daniel Kvyat's career after his collision with Sebastian Vettel in Russia, it seems like his luck got no better, as Red Bull chose not to renew his contract, and he told him he needs to go search for motorsport in other categories. Instead, GP2 champion Pierre Gasly was promoted to Daniel Kvyat's seat, with Helmut Marko saying the boy was just too much of a talent to miss. He goes up alongside Carlos Sainz, who is proving himself as a strong asset to stay within the Formula 1 world, hopefully being scouted by another team or to progress to Red Bull in the near future. Either way, Toro Rosso say their car is a pretty strong overall package, and they will definitely be one of the top middle field teams. Their ultimate goal for 2017 is to score a podium. Let's see how they get on with their driver lineup of Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz. Marcus Ericsson's sponsors enter as new investors into the Sauber Formula 1 team alongside a new title sponsor, which gives the team a fresh boost of energy and funds. Hopefully this will bring the team back up on their feet, as it gave them the opportunity to scout some potential from another series. They have recruited for their second seat the 2015 A1 Grand Prix champion Toby Byrne. We'll have to see if this pays off, as Tetra Pak is looking to bring the team up to the high class of middle field. Tetra Pak has already been the saviour of Sauber Formula 1 team through the 2015 and 2016 season, so it was a matter of time before they bought heavy shares into it. We'll have to see how they get on. Their lineup is Marcus Ericsson alongside Toby Byrne. Braking issues that plagued the entire 2016 season for Haas Formula 1 team seem to have hindered their car performance. Shifting had to be made towards brake safety issues as a requirement of FIA, and this means taking dedicated resources away from the chassis and engine and gearbox development and placing it all in brakes to make sure that the brakes are in a safe position. So this means Haas's pace is severely compromised for 2017, but on a brighter note, they've managed to strike a deal with rising American superstar Alexander Rossi, who recently won the Indy 500 on his debut. Gene Haas says he is magnificently proud and happy to have landed the deal with Alexander Rossi, and feels as if he should have been a first choice primarily, but he's glad that all that's behind them and they can get ready to focus on improving the car throughout the course of 2017. Romain Grosjean continues to make his opinions very well publicly known about the Haas car, and one wonders how much more Haas can take before punishment is taken and put in place for Romain Grosjean. So the lineup there for Haas Formula 1 team is Romain Grosjean alongside Alexander Rossi. Losing out to Sauber in Brazil of 2016 and losing £32 million worth of prize money lightened the pockets of Manor, but it did not lighten their spirit. They've continued investments with new owners of 2016 and poured more money into the team. They've been able to promote their reserve driver and another GP2 graduate in Jordan King up to the second seat to replace the outgoing Esteban Ocon, who has been called up to the Renault seat. Pascal Wehrlein is expected to make the jump to a higher team potentially next season, but for now Manor are sure to treasure their one and only point scorer of the 2016 campaign. Not much else has changed. They hope their pace is on par and they believe they can challenge the likes of Haas. So we'll have to see how the 2017 season pans out for Manor F1 team with their lineup of Pascal Wehrlein and Jordan King. And so pre-season testing comes to a close after some testing at the beautiful Circuito du Jerez, and what a session we've had. We've learned many things about the team, some interesting driver lineups that I can't wait to see how they pan out through the 2017 driver season. If you guys want to know more behind the story of this series, do let me know and I will be glad to explain. I will put a disclaimer out there now. This is set in the same content universe, if you like, as my A1 Grand Prix Championship on race 07, as you might have picked up in the video. So if you guys haven't seen that, go check that out. That is kind of how we got fed into Formula 1 for this series. The reason it's on F1 2013, not 2016 as well, is personally I think it's not my favourite F1 game, but I think it's the best overall game in the F1 series. So I think it's a good starting point. But we will likely probably be going to F1 2016 for Season 2 or 3 of this championship, so rest assured about that one. So yeah, we've learned some really good things about pre-season testing here. We've learned that Red Bull are catching Mercedes. That is going to be an interesting one to watch. It really is. Mercedes have the engine power advantage, but it seems that Red Bull have that edge with aerodynamics, as you kind of expect from Adrian Newey. We'll definitely be seeing Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo in that title fight. Yeah, a lot of drivers are going to be retiring at the end of this season as well, so that's also going to be really cool to look out for. If you guys want a recap of the drivers, I'll give you that really quick. So remember, we have for Mercedes, Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg; Red Bull, Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo; Ferrari, Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen; McLaren, Fernando Alonso, Stoffel Van Dorn; Renault, Julian Palmer and Esteban Ocon; Sauber, Marcus Ericsson and myself; Toro Rosso, Carlos Sainz and GP2 champion Pierre Gasly; Williams, Bottas and Lynn; Perez and Hulkenberg at Force India; Grosjean and Alexander Rossi, Manor F1. I'm looking forward to seeing Alexander Rossi perform as the new Indy 500 champion; Pascal Wehrlein and Jordan King for Manor, and I think that is everybody. So thank you guys ever so much for watching this pre-season testing video. Do always, as I always ask you, let me know what you think, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'm really hoping you look forward to this season. It's going to be a custom calendar, so it's not going to be the full F1 calendar. It's going to be a custom calendar just to kind of make it more of a fantasy league, and I think it's going to be really fun. So guys, I will see you all at round 1, and round 1 is going to be in Japan, Suzuka, so I will see you all there for with a track like that, you know, it's always exciting. So I will see you guys in what looks to be an exciting round 1, a brilliant place to start. So thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Take care, like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you ever so much, your support means a lot to me. Thanks guys, and until round 1, bye bye for now.
Oh, can he hold it? Can he hold it?
He doesn't say anything.
I mean, that's pretty fucked up. Oh, Ferrari! You can make it, Gareth. It's just a single corner.